Comics, and we're currently in gridlock traffic. This is incredible. There's an accident that was 10 miles up the road. We left the hotel at about 10 minutes after 11, and we've gone a grand total of 9.4 miles in almost 2 hours. We're averaging about 2 miles an hour, to the point where literally, I think in the past hour, I've had to hit my gas pedal like 10 times. Because basically all you have to do is just let go of the brake and you just coast forward. So the interesting part is I got about a half a tank of gas, and no gas stations have any gas. So we should have enough to get home. As long as it speeds up past this. But it looks like it's going to take us at the current rate. Normally, to go from Orlando to my home, it would take a little bit less than 2 hours, about an hour and 50 minutes. We would have already been home at this point because it's been almost 2 hours. So we would probably just be getting within 5-10 minutes of our house at this point. And we're only about 9.5, 10 miles down the road from when we left at 10 after 11. So I guess it's going to be an interesting week, even on the return trip. So I just thought I don't have to worry about getting into a car accident while I'm driving literally 1 mile an hour. And I'd say hello to you guys. So again, I've been reading the comments. I want to thank everybody. It's been nothing but positive, and that's I really appreciate that. And hopefully we'll have electricity soon. I don't know if we'll have electricity. I guess, from what my neighbors say, we don't have electricity yet. So it will probably be another day or two. But I do have a generator, and I luckily was smart enough from the last hurricane to save a 5-gallon container of gas. And our generator that we use will last about 7 hours on about 1.5 gallons of gas. So we got plenty. And smart me on Tuesday ordered a Blue Eddy AC 180 battery charger. I mean, thank God for PayPal credit, I'll tell you. But that's arriving on Monday, so if it extends and there's no gas, then at least we'll have that, because they usually arrive either fully charged or very completely fully charged. So, but yeah, this has been an interesting week. So we've literally gone 10 miles, and we've been in the car almost 2 hours now. So they said that there's some kind of accident, and this is right near the exit to Disney World, which makes it even worse. So we're just about to pass the exit onto Disney World, and I even feel bad for the people that are going to Disney World today, because I'm sure many people thought, oh, let's go in that other lane, it'll be faster. And Disney World lanes only have 2 exits. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but let me flip the camera. So there, right there, zoom in, there's the exit to Disney World, and the traffic over there is literally in a standstill. So this is the traffic that we're experiencing right now. I am literally, do not even have my foot on the gas pedal. And this is how it's been for the past 8 miles, which took us about an hour and 20 minutes to travel so far. So there's the exit to Disney World. So according to our GPS, we still have 82 miles to go. And as of now, as you can see, this is the average speed that I've been doing for the past hour and a half. I don't think we've gotten past 5 miles an hour. See, that's probably the fastest I've gone in the past hour and a half. And luckily, let me move that. Luckily, according to this, I still have 182 miles left on my gas switches at half right now, so I've lost only about a bar in that time, so thank goodness for that. But yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. So I guess even the way home is going to be an experience. I feel bad for the cats, but they're all quiet right now. I actually, some of them, they kind of panicked on the way here, so I brought some CBD oil, and I gave them a little bit of that, which is actually good for cats, and it's definitely helping. Oh, somebody, Life is Good just did a $5 super chat. Thank you. Let me see what he says. So never super chatted anyone in a car or in a traffic jam. Safe travels. Oh, I'll do you one better. I've never received a super chat while stuck in traffic. So that we both have a first-time situation here. So thank you. That was very kind to you. This has been an incredibly stressful time. Like I said, we haven't been in the house yet, so we don't know if there's any leaks. What we did know, because when our neighbors took pictures of our house, we had to zoom in, but my wife saw that our next door neighbors, they didn't lose their roof, but they lost all of the shingles on their house, exposing their metal roof. So our next door neighbors completely lost all of their shingles. And it's just amazing because we found out that, like I was saying the other day, the eye of the storm was supposed to literally directly go over our house. And at the last hour or two before it was about to make impact, it moved south about 25 miles. And that 25-mile radius was the difference between having a house and not having a house. So you want to think about, getting by on the skin of your teeth. That's exactly what happened, because the eye of the storm was literally 25 miles away from us. And there were tornadoes all over the place. And just to show you, sometimes, you just got to think positive. Because if you look at the video I did before I left, I was saying how I view life as, and it's so ironic how this happened. So if you didn't watch the video I did before I left, watch it so you can confirm what I'm about to say now. That I said I view life when it comes to stressful situations like those movies where there's a ticking time bomb and, they have 24 hours to find the bomb and defuse the bomb, or otherwise a whole city blows up. And just when the timer hits about 2 seconds, 1 second, they clip the wire. And I mean, that's literally what happened here, because at one point they said it was heading towards Sarasota, and then 2 hours later it shows all of a sudden it scooted up north and it was going to head back towards Tampa, and it was literally, the eye was going to go right over our heads. And then at the last second it changed course south again. And like I said, the eye missed us by 25 miles. And believe it or not, just that 25-mile difference is what literally saved our house. And here's another ironic part that I learned. In the complex where we live, I have photos of my house where the water got to within probably about 4 or 5 inches before entering our house. So it never got to the point where it entered the house. Unless, of course, we have leaks in the roof, which I'll find out when we get home. But 2 or 3 blocks down from us, there were some houses that had waist-high water levels. So, I mean, you want to talk about sometimes just being in the perfect spot at the perfect time. I mean, where I'm living right now is literally so far, I mean, anything can change tomorrow, so I understand that. But in all of Florida, we're in the best location. In all of the area of our location, we're in the best part of all of our area. And then all of the area that our house is at, we're in the best spot. I mean, you want to talk about dodging bullets? We've dodged machine guns. Now, that's not to say that it hasn't been stressful and majorly full of anxiety, because like I said, like if you see, I can't even see out of my back seat because we put as much stuff as we could because we figured, you know, it was supposed to be hitting us at a category 4 directly over us. So we were assuming that our house was going to be gone. So we tried to pack everything that we could. But there's a cat right there. There's a cat right there. There's 2 more in the back seat. And then 5 in my wife's car. So a total of 9 stray cats. So we really didn't have much room to bring our life with us. So I literally packed about my top 300 comics. I think that's about as much as I can get. About top 400. I have about 20,000 comics. And that's after I've sold a bunch. So to know that our house could potentially blow our lives away and literally tens of thousands of dollars over the decades of things that I've collected and invested in could literally blow away and not even know where you're going to go was, I mean, you want to talk about being full of anxiety. And right now, I'll show you, we must be getting close because there's a truck. I guess they're cutting us off. We must be getting close to the accident or something. So we're almost at the 10-mile mark, so only 81.6 miles left to go. But I'm telling everybody, appreciate what you have, because you never know what tomorrow brings. But also, even if you think something is headed straight for you or things are bad, don't give in to that fear and just know that even at the very last second, you are going to be okay. I mean, if you've ever watched, like, somebody filmed, like, a tornado in, like, Nebraska or something, and it goes through an entire town, and it just happens to miss, sorry, I don't think you want to see my nostrils, it just misses 1 or 2 houses. Or if you've ever seen, like, when a volcano erupts and the lava goes into a city, I've seen videos where it demolishes an entire city, but it goes around a house. So you never know in life, but I promise you, if you don't live in fear, and you know that at the very last second, something will happen that will save you, you'd be amazed at how the world will work out. Now, whether you want to believe in something like that or not, that's for you to decide. But that's how I've been living, and it doesn't mean it's not stressful, because trust me, having your nose an inch above water is definitely better than being underwater. But if you think at any moment that extra inch is going to overcome you, you know, you're going to be living in panic mode. So it's not fun, and it's not for everybody. You got to be very strong-willed to be able to do stuff like that. But I promise you, and just to show you how far we've moved, there's the thing. We still haven't even reached the exit that you saw me about, what, 10, 15 minutes ago? For Disney World. We haven't even passed it yet. So, I mean, if anything, this is helping me kill time. Because we haven't even gone 10 miles. And now we've literally been in the car for, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, for 2 hours. Because we left at 11:09 or 11:10. So 2 hours, and we've gone 10 miles. What fun. I'll tell you this much, I'm very happy I don't drive a stick shift, because that would be not a fun experience. So, who that's there heard, it was the tornadoes that was had from the hurricanes. Yeah, that happens a lot around here. Now, they're not like tornadoes like in, in like Nebraska or any of those areas in the center of the country. They'll kind of be quick. Like, it'll be because they only happen during hurricanes here, where the winds are swirling around so much, it'll create a little tornado, but they don't last very long. So it's not like they'll form and it'll be like a Category 3 tornado and just scoot all around. It'll kind of like just go up maybe for 5 minutes or 10 minutes at best, and then dissipate. But I mean, even in 5 minutes, that could create some devastation depending on where it lands. But yeah, we get those tornado warnings all the time. Luckily, I haven't experienced or seen one yet. And if you're somebody that's listening to this and you live in Florida, put in the comment section, have you ever seen one of those? And, am I right with my assumption with those? Because that's what I've heard. But anyway, I want to appreciate you guys being here, because this definitely helps kill the time. Because 2 hours driving 10 miles, not fun. And actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see the warning lights. Probably not. But yeah, that's not good. So I gotta get the brakes fixed. And the back left tire is not flat, but it's below what it's supposed to be before it triggers it, so I really don't have to worry about the tire right now. But kind of hard to get your brakes fixed right at this particular moment. I'm sure not many places are open, but yeah, this has been a fun experience. It's definitely I probably aged about 20 years in the past 3 days. So if anybody wants to ask a question or something like that, I won't be on for too much longer. But I really appreciate you guys. I see Sequential Geek is here, James Logan, Who Dat, Florence is here. I don't want to keep scrolling too much because I got to pay attention to the road. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. If anybody else lives in Florida, let me know what your experience was. Put it in the comments section, share it. The one thing I'm really enjoying about this channel, and I love the fact that, my original channel, and some of you have still been following me since my original channel, I would average, especially during a live show, up to about 1,000 viewers. I like the fact that I'll get now 15 to 20 at max. I like that it's now more, I guess, I can't say exclusive, but just limited to the people who just want to be here, and not just random people looking for a busy site to, leave some spam in hopes that somebody will click on their link. So I would never want to go back to having a gigantic big channel where there were so many comments that I couldn't respond. I like the fact that my channel is staying small, because I literally have quality over quantity. Because not for nothing, now this is my third video since I've left. So basically, 3 or 4 videos that I've done, the past few that I've done, and this guy's about to cut me off real nice. Gotta love drivers. I think it's illegal for Florida drivers to use their signals. I think there might be a law that says you're not allowed to use your turn signals, because no one does. But I lost my train of thought now. But again, I really appreciate the fact that I have a smaller channel, and I don't want it to ever grow at this point, because I have communication with people I see all the time. You guys are nothing but amazing. Like I said, and a shout out again to Daniel, who literally sent me an email before we left saying, if you lose your house and you have nowhere to go, we have a finished basement and we could stay there rent-free as long as we want. I am forever grateful for that. It seems, knock on wood, we don't have to take him up on that offer, which in a way, as much as that's amazing, I'm glad that's not the scenario, because like I said, as many of the stray cats and the cats we took with us, there were 11 that we had to leave behind. And I was more concerned. At one point, I even just said, you know, whatever happens, we can't do anything. So if we lose the house and we lose everything, there's nothing we can do. But it's like, I hated the fact that I would have left those cats that have been dependent on me twice a day, literally every day for 4+ years. And then all of a sudden I abandoned them. I would have hated myself for that. But I mean, there wasn't much choice. So as much as I am grateful for Daniel to offer that, I am incredibly happy to say I'm glad that I don't have to utilize it. Not that I wouldn't want it and wouldn't appreciate it, but I'm sure you understand everybody would probably rather have their own house. And that's it. So we are still 80.8 miles away from home. And we haven't gotten past the 10-mile mark yet because we're still waiting for that to reach that accident. But I want to thank you guys for just being amazing people, where the past 4 videos I've done are not even about comics. And I see my regulars here, which means, you know what? You guys are just here for the right reasons. And for that, I am forever grateful. And don't care about the YouTube drama. Don't care about doing clickbait to get people to watch the videos, not give, you know, just do video after video just to do content. And the fact that you guys listen to me ramble on for sometimes up to an hour or so at a time just blows my mind that anybody would want to just spend their time listening to somebody like me. But I am forever grateful. So, Florence, no need to be sorry. Trust me. Considering what was supposed to happen, I could have literally lost everything in my life except for what's in my wife's car and my car right now, which is not much. It's literally 1% of our entire life. We had to leave about 99% of everything behind. So, I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. I consider myself so lucky right now. And it's actually interesting. Once around 7 o'clock, they said that the storm was the eye was going to hit around 10 p.m. And around 7 o'clock was when I checked the last update where it said it was going to hit directly over us. The eye of the storm was going to hit directly over us. And at one point, I just basically said, you know, give me a sign to let me know what's going to happen, right? So to set this up, I was actually watching the Yankees playoff just to kind of keep my mind off the storm. West. Oh, wow, we're making some progress. We're up to, are we about to hit the 5 mile? Oh, we are at 6 miles an hour. We've hit a milestone. 6 miles an hour for the first time in an hour and a half. But I think once we just passed the Disney exit, so I think it's going to speed up a little bit even regardless of the accident. But to set the whole thing up, I was watching the Yankee game on Wednesday night, and it just ended, and the Yankees won. Go Yankees. And they barely won, right? So when the game was over, I went into my wife's room and we were talking a little bit, and I told her, you know, let's just not look at the updates anymore. And the reason I said that is because I didn't want her to know that it went from, it was going to Sarasota, all of a sudden it just shifted north and was heading right over us again. So I didn't want her to know about it. So I went into the room and, you know, told her, you know, let's just not focus on it and not look at any of the updates. And when I got back, when I left my room, I left the TV on to kind of keep the cats from getting nervous. So they were doing the post-game stuff after. And when I went back into my room, as soon as I opened the door, I hear the announcer saying about the Yankees that as soon as I opened the door, it said they weathered the storm. Of all things for an announcer to say about a baseball game where the Yankees, I think they won by either 2 runs or 1 run, but it was an extremely tense game. For them to say, as I opened the door, and meanwhile I was in the room with my wife talking for about a half hour or so, for me to open the door to my room and hear the announcers, first words out of their mouths that I heard was, "They weathered the storm." I knew at that particular moment that we were going to be okay. So whether that's coincidence, whether that's luck, whether that's God, I'll leave that to everybody and their own personal beliefs to think about. I'm not here to preach to anybody anything other than what I experience. And I think that's what people like, at least I'd hope is one of the things people like about me and my channel, is I may have some crazy thoughts, and I've had many people not afraid or embarrassed to tell me that, but I've never ever said you have to think my way, believe my way, or you're not allowed to see my channel or visit me, or you're not welcome. My information has always been me sharing it, and if it resonated with you, great. If not, then hey, maybe you got a chuckle or a laugh or a nice eye roll out of the things that I believe or I know. And if it helps somebody, that's amazing. But I think people appreciate the fact that my channel is just me. That's what it's always been about. And my experiences, wanting to share them with people that wanted to be here. And if that meant I get 100 views on a video, I'm perfectly fine with that. Because you guys here are the ones that are amazing. So we're getting up to, we're averaging 5 miles an hour now, so we're making headway. So if that keeps up, it will only take us 12 hours to get home instead of like 3 days. So we're making progress. But if anything, as you can see right here, there's gas trucks. They're all over the roads, which I guess is good, but no gas stations have any gas. But there's plenty of gas trucks on the road, so I guess if I run out of gas, I can do a Mad Max situation, the Road Warrior, and I could just basically hop on the back and steal the truck, and I'll be fine. But I don't think I brought any like weapons to attach to my arms, and I definitely do not have a metal boomerang. So if you know the movie and you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comment section. All right, so we've made progress. We're now up for a second there, we were up to 15 miles an hour. Dare to dream. Right now, I could have literally, that whole 2 hours, I literally could have put the cats on a leash and they could have walked alongside our cars the whole time. So if anything in life, have a sense of humor, you're going to need it. And I guess the good thing is about this is I do not have to worry about getting a speeding ticket today. So think of how much money I will save from not only the speeding ticket, but the little fees that they add on and the court dates and stuff. So things look like they're starting to speed up a little bit. So I'm going to disconnect at this point. I want to thank you guys. Road Warrior, yep. I absolutely love that movie. I actually, the third one, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, when the U.S. version, when they took over, because the first two were made in Australia. The third one was cheesy, but it was okay. But it was definitely, Hollywood cheese. I never saw the first one, which is weird because I absolutely, one of my top 10 favorite movies is The Road Warrior. It's one of those movies that I don't care how many times it comes on, I'll watch it. But I've never actually seen the first one. But anyway, I'm rambling, and I don't know how you guys are still here listening to me. Oh, what is it? Staying Off the Grid says, look, everyone, it's a homosexual. Is that something that excites you, staying off the grid? Sorry to disappoint you, but my wife would disagree. But thank you for your amazing comment. It's good to know there are people with class. But thank God you're not one of my regulars. So anyway, on that note, this homosexual, according to that person who seems to know how to spot them, I guess, or wishful thinking, this is my time to sign off. So So we're still averaging 10 miles an hour. We're not out of it yet, but it's definitely better than 2 miles an hour. Thanks for watching. I'll do a video when I can, because like I said, unless things have changed, we're going home to a house that still has no power, so I won't be able to make some videos. So I'm sure some of you will be excited about not seeing that. But until then, remember, it's not you, it's not I, it's We Love Comics. Stay safe, everybody. Much love to you all. Take care, everybody.